Canada before contact was filled with many nations, which can be grouped together due to similarities. But overall, the groups had very similar beliefs, usually having to do with the Great Spirit, but was altered depending on the tribe. They also had similar social order where the men were hunters and warriors and the women collected some food, took care of the children, cooked and managed the houses. They also had very similar means of travel, canoe and foot in the summer and snowshoes and sleds or toboggans in the winter. The Atlantic coastal group is located in the Maritimes. They lived in wigwams and ate edible plants, but relied more on the animals and fish for food. The St. Lawrence lowlands are located near the Great Lakes. They relied heavily on farming, and this also usually made them have more permanent housing, which usually was a longhouse. The woodlands are located in the northern parts of Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. Due to being inland, they ate berries and wildlife, more than growing their own food. Like the prairies, woodland people use teepees for quick setup and takedown houses. The prairies are located in the central, but more the southern parts of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. They heavily relied on the buffalo, but they did eat other wildlife and edible plants. But since the buffalo moved around, so did the people and the homes. This made the teepee a handy home for transporting. The Pacific Group is located on the coast of British Columbia, and since being by the ocean, they fished year-round. And because the ocean didn't move around, they made permanent settlements which were usually longhouses. Since there wasn't really any ice on the ocean, they could use the canoes year-round. The northern group is located in parts of northern Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and above. Due to the coldness, they relied on mammals for food, and since the animals moved around, they too moved around a lot. So they built igloos or wigwam-like structures that used mammal skins instead of bark. Though it was cold, they still used boats for getting around and for hunting. While the first people of Canada lived their lives, across the sea there was movement. The Vikings were from the Scandinavian countries and started traveling the sea and ended up in today's Newfoundland, but was called Vinland then. The Vikings were noble warriors and sailors, but for some reason they didn't stay long. John Cabot, an Italian explorer, sought a route to Asia, instead visited parts of North America in the 1470s. Then Jacques Cartier, a French explorer, came across in the 1530s and mapped the Gulf of St. Lawrence and nearby areas. Then in the 1600s, Henry Hudson, an English merchant, attempted to find a route to Asia, but failed. Instead discovered the Hudson Bay and other river systems for England. Also in the 1600s, Samuel de Champlain, a French man, went to Canada and started a colony called New France. As more people came from the main countries of Europe, they started creating alliances with the First Nations. The French had trading alliances with the First Nations near the Great Lakes and along the St. Lawrence, while the English had trading alliances with more of the western and northern tribes.